Hey y'all, and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. We're on site, on location, during a Maple Society tour of Dan Everts' garden, and he's got a gorgeous place here. I mean, it is just beautiful. There's conifers and maples everywhere. Guys, smash that like button if you like conifers. Today we're gonna be doing Dan's top 5 conifers in his garden, so it's gonna be a pretty good one, guys. Smash that like button. So Dan, how long have you been gardening here at this location?
We purchased here in 1985, so lots of years. There's only one remaining plant on the property that wasn't here. Everything else brand new, and we've just gone through lots of different collections. Conifers and maples are our prime staple here in the garden.
I mean, there's tons of beauties all over the place. Go ahead, smash that like button and share this video with your gardening friends because they're gonna wanna see this place. So, we got your top 5 conifers today. What about conifers do you like?
Evergreen. I first got into collecting maples, and about every November, December, I'm like, oh man, the garden is looking pretty empty. We need something to fill it. A buddy of ours down the street was into conifers, so we started trading our little passions, and pretty soon he's doing maples and I'm doing conifers. So I picked this up at a little market here locally. It was called Abies magnifica, Mount Saai. The gentleman that found it ran a company called Mount Saai Bonsai, and he was up in the hills and found this thing. It was about yay big in a 1 gallon when I bought it. 20 years later, I'm just under 6 feet, so it's hitting almost 7 feet tall now. Beautiful Christmas tree shape, and it just stays like this, no pruning needed.
It is a gorgeous tree out here, really unique and different. I'm not familiar with this cultivar, but a neat fir for sure.
Absolutely.
And Mount Saai, I mean, it's got this nice little conical-like habit. Definitely a cool tree to, not commonly found in the trade.
Absolutely, very rare. This is my number 4. Tanima no uki. It's a Pinus parviflora. The name in Japanese, something like snow in the valley. I love it because if you can get in closer, you're gonna see it's a green-white mix, really nice blend, variegation. When the new candles emerge in the spring, it is a shocking pink that I'm a guy that likes to candle my trees to keep them short and compact, and it really hurts to candle those beautiful pink candles. But I do it minimally so I can at least enjoy them for a while and then come back and candle them to keep it a little tighter. But sturdy plant, it's been very reliable for us in the Northwest. It would prefer a little afternoon shade. So other than that, it's a real good winner for your collection.
It is a real slow grower at first, takes a while to get established, and then it can really get some growth to it once it gets established. But I love it because it's a variegated evergreen. So if you love variegation, you're a sucker for variegation like I am, and then you get an evergreen with that, that's something cool to use that in the landscape. Pairs well with many of the maples as well. But I'm a sucker too for not just variegation, but the Japanese white pine.
Yeah.
I mean, the Japanese white pine is so cool. It's often used in traditional Japanese gardening, and because of that, I mean, everything about it screams, it brings that traditional Japanese feel.
Yes.
And that's what we're trying to do in the garden is, have a little bit of that essence of Japan in our garden.
Right.
Tanima no Yuki definitely does that in a really cool way. So that's a really cool tree for your top 5 list.
I love it. Number 3.
Yep.
This is a Cedrus libani minuta called Green Prince. And this tree probably, when you look at the caliper, is well over 20 years old. It keeps a very natural bonsai-like shape, although it's not in a bonsai container. I will take it out periodically and do a standard root pruning on it, but I just like it for its bonsai look, but I don't have to go out there and worry about watering it every single day like you do with most bonsai. So I particularly enjoy it. It's one of my top 5.
I love the Cedrus libanii. I mean, they're some of my favorite of the Cedruses. Green Prince has that tighter, denser habit, one of the slower growing forms of the Cedrus libanii. I like it because it gives you some of that light green color.
Yeah.
A lot of the other selections are a little more blue-green or something like that. It makes a cool little bonsai here. I love how you've done this little container plant. And that's one of the things you can do with a lot of those dwarf conifers.
Oh yeah.
Is grow them in containers, tuck them around your garden, put them out here in your patio so you can enjoy them as you're sitting out here having a cup of tea. I mean, an amazing way to be growing some of these little dwarf conifers. Green Prince, I mean, that's a cool number 3.
Absolutely, love it.
So we've made it all the way down to your number 2 conifer here in your garden.
2.
What is it?
Phillips Golden Tears. Look at that beauty.
My goodness.
I got it in our West Seattle nursery over here. Used to be run by Bill Hibbler, president of the Maple Society. Thank you. When we got it, it was about that big. And about 15 years later, it's got to be rocking about 20 feet tall.
I love this plant.
Oh, incredible. Beautiful yellow on the sun side that really, really shows itself nicely.
I saw this online when Philip was actually posting this, and I was like, man, that is gorgeous. I still don't have one myself. And then seeing this here in your garden, it gets me a little envious, to be honest. I love this plant.
I haven't seen too many that took off and just maintained the yellow as beautifully as this one. I just feel blessed and lucky to have it as a centerpiece in our yard.
This is a really cool plant.
I agree.
You know I love the color yellow. You get something tall, narrow, weeping.
Yeah.
It's a cool tree to add vertical interest in your garden. That yellow color, evergreen, pair it with some Japanese maples out there. It's gonna be a rock star. As you can see here, he's got Makawa down here, some different trees all around here, giving good color contrast. Amazing tree to have in your garden.
This is number 1. Wintertime color. They call us gold freaks in the conifer world, and that's what this is. It's not even at its peak yellow. So just talk to me. Can you get anything better than Chief Joseph? It is the bomb. Pinus contorta?
Yeah, I mean, that is an awesome plant. For some reason, it doesn't like to grow so well for us here in the South where we're at.
Yeah.
But here in the Pacific Northwest, it is beautiful. I wish I could grow it because it is such a beautiful plant. The way the leaves twist a little bit,
Yep.
the way it gives you such amazing yellow color. I know we haven't got into the winter yet, and that's really gonna really light up.
It will peak me even more. And it throws some pretty good candles. I tend to like to candle prune, so you're gonna notice it's a little more dense. I don't have a lot of room here, so I like to keep things small enough and dense so I can enjoy them longer.
That is such a cool conifer. You know I love the color yellow. Your number 2 and your number 1 are both yellows. That's near and dear to my heart.
Gold freaks.
Gold freaks, exactly. Chief Joseph, a rock star plant though.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you can grow Pinus contorta out there and you can grow a yellow version like Chief Joseph, do it. Because it's gonna add so much to the landscape. It ties in all the other colors, brings out the reds, the blues, the greens, all the shades of green. And Chief Joseph does that in an amazing way.
Summertime, pretty normal, ordinary green, so it'll just blend in and be a nice little evergreen. But wintertime, especially in the Northwest where we get our share of gray, this is the rock star. It's my number 1.
Well, Dan, thank you so much for welcoming us to your home, to your garden, and welcoming the Maple Society too. If you've never checked out the Maple Society, go to the Maple Society, the North American branch's website. You can become a member today. Go, become a member, come to some of these events. Great groups of people who love trees just like you do. Make sure you do it. You're gonna love it. So take care, y'all. God bless.
Number 1.
And have a great day.